Hello.
So, thank you for joining us. We are talking today about branded merch for your live videos and for your general business. And you can even create a side hustle or a full hustle if you want. So, I am here with, if I point the right way, yeah, I'm pointing the right way.
It's so hard, isn't it?
Yeah, with the lovely Jo Wildsmith. Um, and we're going to be talking all things pod. So this is really exciting. So let us know if you've got any questions. Jo, by the way, you can share this if you want into your group or whatever you want to do.
Okay. I'm a bit worried if I press anything now, I might
Can you do it on your
change it.
phone?
Right, okay.
Got your phone with you? If you'd like
I
to.
think it's really low. So
So,
what I'll do, can I share it afterwards? Is that possible?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, brilliant. I'll do it afterwards because I don't want to, I've got all the slides and everything set up, and I know if I press one thing, I'll delete another, and I just don't want to do that.
Yeah, I know the feeling, and I think I've got lipstick on my teeth, and everything's going wrong today,
All this
everyone.
drama.
But thank you so much for joining us, and let us know who's watching and if you know anything about pod, because Jo, the lovely pod queen here, pod queen.
I'd like to point out I didn't make that up. So I've been doing one-to-one courses in this for quite a while, and my one-to-one ladies got together and came up with this moniker for me.
Yeah, love
I'm
it.
starting
Yeah,
to embrace it now.
yeah. You ought to just put on your thingy behind you, your, what is it called? Just
Oh,
can't
my
think today.
screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
my
screen. You should
screen.
put like little tiara-y bits, or
Oh,
like,
yeah, I
you
can
know, a
just
castle sort of.
don't want to knock them down.
Yeah,
There's
like
so much rubbish behind there. I don't want to knock them down.
yeah, like little turrets for like some sort of castle
I
or
feel like it's kind
palace.
of like the top. It's quite
Yeah, we've
cool.
got some great ideas here. So yeah, let us know where you're watching from, who's watching. Be lovely to see you, and if you know anything about pod. So we are going to bring in the the I really can't think today. Sorry, everyone. The introduction to welcome my podcast listeners, and then we'll get straight into the show. So we will be with you just after this short video.
This is the Thrive with Live show, the podcast where you can learn to go live with poise, professionalism, and peace of mind. Live video is the best free tool to win clients and grow your income and authority. So, if you want to ditch the overwhelm and confusion to skyrocket your online success through the dynamism of live video, then you are in the right place. This podcast covers all aspects, from your mindset, voice, style, and personal branding to all the technology and tools you need to get started and grow with live video. And now, here is your host, Katie Simpson.
So welcome to episode 14, I believe. So this is very exciting. Got a wonderful guest with us today, Jo Wildsmith, who we call the Pod Queen, and she can tell you all about what that means and how brilliant that is for your live video and for your overall business. So let's welcome the Pod Queen herself, Jo Wildsmith. Woo! Hang on, we need some.
So much.
We need. Oh, I want to press this one.
I love
And
that.
some applause. Welcome to the
Bloody hell,
show.
you dancing. Oh my word, this is great. I love this. Thank you, Katie. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
pleasure. Lovely, lovely to have you. I haven't had a guest for a while because a lot of you know that I struggle a lot with health issues, and so it's really good to feel a little bit better and to welcome Jo on. What she's doing is just so inspiring and so much fun. I absolutely love it. and I know that you'll love it too. So Joe, while I'm fiddling around with trying to make my screen better, something's happened to it, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do and what Pod is, how you started in it, and generally what you do. So let's bring you on. Oops. And here we go. There.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you so much, Katie. Thank you. So, what is Pod? Why am I the Pod Queen? What's this all about? So, first of all, I'll give you the official bio that everybody has and everybody does. And I'm going to share my screen and show some slides. So, on the video version of this will make sense. On the podcast version, I'm going to be reading everything out and embellishing and telling you more about everything anyway. So on the slides, it's purely just the bare bones because I'm a woman in my 50s and I forget stuff quite often. And that's a really good point. I can tell everybody that I'm not a super duper tech genius, okay? I am a mum and I am somebody who went up through the ranks and learnt this as I went, okay? So
fantastic.
I'm going to try and share my screen, hopefully. Yay!
Woo-hoo!
So hopefully you can all see that. So what is Pod and why is it so perfect for creating your own branded merch? Before we start on that, I am actually going to tell you a bit about me, as I say, my well-rehearsed bio. So I'm Jo Wildsmith, clearly. I'm a global print-on-demand expert. I'm getting seasick because I'm floating around the screen. That's perfect. Thank you, Casey. Perfect position. I'm a global print-on-demand expert. So I help savvy business owners to create their own branded merch collections so they can professionally promote and elevate their brand. But the way I do it is through print-on-demand. And we'll go on to discuss why this is so suitable, why this works so well. So as well as all that I reel out every time I breathe, I've got over 25 years as a sales experience, easy for me to say, in field sales and sales training. So I'm used to helping people, I'm used to coaching people and getting the best out of them. I'm a qualified life coach, but I'm also fundamentally an ex-custom printer. And I was custom printing right up until the good old sea lurgy hit us all. And then I was specializing in the health and beauty industry. And of course, all the beauticians and all the lash artists that were all buying their couch covers and their uniforms and things like that and getting them printed and embroidered by me had to stop. So I had to do the P word next, the pivot. And I found print on demand. And I thought, why am I slaving away doing all this printing when I can get someone else to do it? But I'm going to show you, I'm going to go into all that. Let's first of all tell you what we do at Branded and Covered. So I provide courses through Branded and Covered, which is my website, this is my business, and done for you packages that give you everything you need to build your own merchandise collection. And then you can transfer those skills to bring in an extra income stream. So yes, you can have your branded side, which is very much things that you might want to keep private, not necessarily make for public consumption, or you might put slogans or images and slogans or photos or whatever onto clothing, mugs, products. There's a lot of products, 300 plus, onto all these things and then sell them worldwide. So it can be as big or as small as you want it to be. So the way print on demand works and why it's so suitable for this is products are not literally physically printed with the design until someone actually buys them. So they're then made to order. So what happens is there's a fulfillment center for lots of them all over the world. So say somebody in, I don't know, give me a place in America, Connecticut. I don't know why I thought of Connecticut, but someone in Connecticut buys something that you have made available And as I say, you don't have to make everything available, but if you want to make it available, you can. You've downloaded it, uploaded it, put the image on. They've said, I really like that picture of that French bulldog. I'd really like that on a mug, on a travel mug, whatever. I'm going to buy it. So they buy it. The order gets sent out. You don't have to do anything else. You've done your bit. You uploaded it. So the order goes straight to the fulfillment center nearest to them, which will also be in America. And then they will print it and ship it, because they've got all these blank products just sitting there waiting for the process to happen, and then they ship it out. So the only bit you have to do is the uploading and then wait for the royalty to roll in. Shucks.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm just bringing Joe back onto the screen with me. So this is amazing, everybody. It's a game changer. That there are loads of companies. I don't know how many of them. Do you know, Joe, at the moment? It's probably
there's around,
difficult to say.
Well, I originally said 50, but I think there's about 60 now. And some of them do some very obscure things like homeware, such as furniture, wallpaper, things like that. Some of them do jewelry. Some of them do a bit of everything.
Yeah. So, and you know, they're all over the world, and you don't have to stock loads of things and have to pay a whole load of money. And what if you don't sell them all? And you know, shipping, all the problems with the Royal Mail at the moment. I'm on an Etsy group, and poor people have struggled so much on there over Christmas with their, you know, things haven't arrived at various locations. It's been quite a nightmare. But if people do this, you know, print on demand, that it's out of their hands, isn't it? And they can talk to the supplier themselves.
You can be as hands-on as you want to be. So you can do it completely like that. Or if you wanted to do, say, a personalized mug, say I've got a picture of one of my dogs, one of which will start snoring at some point doing this probably. And I put my picture on here. I'm turning it the wrong way because it's all back to front, sorry. I put his picture on here, and then a little message at the bottom if I want to. Now, if I want to make it that personalized, and I mean, one of the things I do through print on demand linked with Etsy, because that's something else you can do, is vision board mugs. So people send me their images, and then he just did it, and send me their images, and then I make a vision board mug for them. And instead of a vision board, which is all like mine's tucked around the back somewhere, I would see it every day.
Such an absolutely fantastic idea. Can you imagine that, everyone? That you're looking at it, you're caressing your vision board.
Exactly. How much more is that going to imprint? Now, the thing with that is, if you're doing personalized things like that, then you have to be a little more involved, because you've got to upload an individual picture for each person that orders. So you can make it as high maintenance or as low maintenance as you like. But when I say high,
but
you're still not doing the printing.
You can charge more, can't you? Because it is a individual item. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you're still not printing, you're still not shipping, the customer services on these companies are phenomenal. I had a lady that ordered a duvet cover and it didn't arrive. And so she was all worried about it, obviously contacted me. So I contacted the relevant print on demand platform, and they said, we'll send another one. And she sent another one. And it's great. And it's not me that's out of pocket.
Yeah. So I was thinking about, you know, for the live videos, there's so much you can do with this, that somebody that I know, well, quite a few people do this. You've talked about wallpaper, and you can get those backings that, you know, you see at the Oscars or wherever, people having photo shoots.
And at football matches, after football matches.
Yeah, so you can have like that as your so-called green screen. It's not, but it's just your
real
background. Yeah. And Louisa Herridge, is that her surname, Herridge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mama's Ignited.
Yeah, she's worked with Joe quite a lot. She still does, and she looks fantastic on her live videos with her really striking coloured branding, her T-shirt, and she's got other things as well. I don't know whether
she's got a tote bag, a cushion, a T-shirt, a mug, and
yeah,
I mean it elevates you, it lifts you up.
really, yeah.
A couple of slides along, I'll tell you how it makes you more credible. So, for example, this particular mug, I've got my motif
It's
on rather than
beautiful.
my
I love
actual
that.
branding. But imagine, so this one, this Corona. Oh, now imagine I worked for Corona, and Corona was my company, not there. But how professional is it that you're doing a Zoom and you're drinking out of your own cup?
Yeah,
People think, oh wow,
yeah,
this is much more of a serious company. This is much more of a player,
yeah,
because they have their own branding, they have their own identity. And you'll see all the stickers behind me. These are people I've worked with. And for a start, when you get an order through, it's just like, oh, I've got an order. And it's so exciting. You wake up to news that you've sold something somewhere. But so all these people, these are all stickers that I bought that they've just uploaded it and I've been able to buy it.
yeah.
So supporting them, but I'm going to do the whole wall.
Yeah,
Screen.
something that I thought before I knew what you did and, had a bit of your training is I thought, oh, well, if you did your branding in it, you'd look very corporate, and it's a bit, it can be a bit naff, the pens that you get free at the conferences and whatever. And I just thought, but
you can make it fun.
Yeah, totally fun, and you're instantly recognizable by people, because we've got so many people that we're friends with on Facebook, on wherever. We see so many things flashing by our eyes. We need something that's instantly recognizable, and if it also shows a little bit, maybe with the words or whatever, of what you do as well, then it's just that instant recognition that I think is really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jo, are you happy to tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes, of course.
So I'll bring it on.
I do something. Oh no, you do it your end, don't you? So what is POD and why is it particularly suitable for creating merch? So we got to something that is really important, and important to me is I've got a basement here, and it is chock-a-block with blank t-shirts, blank hoodies, tote bags, and things that I've never got around to printing for people. And I always said, when I had my printing business, I'll only buy things into order. So if somebody wanted a polo shirt, I'd buy a polo shirt. The problem is you get charged delivery from all the fulfillment all the providers, all the merchants that you buy your blank stock from. So that wasn't working very well. And also I'd say take an order for an extra large, and I'd order it, and then the customer would contact me and say, actually, I think I need a 2XL. So suddenly I need a 2XL as well. And you get left with all this stuff, and I've got loads of stuff. You don't have to do any of that. You also you don't have to buy stock, you don't have to buy equipment, which is really expensive. You don't have to learn how to use it. And you don't have to, for example, if I wanted to do a t-shirt through if I wanted to do a t-shirt for an event I was planning, I can't just buy a t-shirt and hope for the best. I mean, I suppose I could do them all in large, but generally then I'm going to come unstuck when somebody wants a bigger size, or if a child wants it or something like that. So am I going to have them printed, if I'm going to a traditional printer, am I going to have them printed in extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, 3XL, 4XL, 5XL? Am I going to get them printed in child sizes? Am I going to get them printed in lady fit? Am I going to get them printed in a V-neck or just a round neck? All of these, am I going to get short sleeve, cap sleeves, long sleeves? Oh, my head hurts. Am I going to do all of that? And then what if the printer says, I'm only going to do this one print 50 at a time? Because all printers will want, unless they're a little person like I was doing through Etsy and things like that, they'll all want huge, massive order quantities, 200, 100. We don't want that. I only want one book, one sticker, one hoodie. And maybe actually I'll have the hoodie with a slightly different design. You can do all of that. The other thing you can do is you can keep things private. As I said earlier, you can keep things purely for yourself and for your clients, or you can open it up to everybody. And again, people can buy in whatever quantities, small, medium, large, whatever quantities, whatever size. And you don't have to go running to the post office. That's the next thing.
So cool. Another applause for you. So I never realised that you could actually use those platforms as a shop in itself, as well as, you know, you don't have to do that function if you don't want, but you can also get this other shop. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's right. So the platforms, so I have 3 tiers, and I will explain all that towards the end once I've sort of covered, so once I've given you a bit more of a background of what it is. So you can have it as you can go through a print on demand platform, and there's a lot out there. Print on demand platform itself, or which has a shop, which you do a bio and you do a cover image and all of these things, or you can link it to your own website, or you can have a dedicated website, or you can link it to something like Etsy, integrate it with something like Etsy. So you have a lot of variations and a lot of functionality. And there are pod providers, print on demand providers that specialize and that are better in the platforms. There are other ones that are better linked into your own areas. Yeah.
It's just a whole new exciting world. So tell us a little bit more then.
Okay, my darling. So it's all someone else's problem. You don't have to ship. You don't have to run to the post office. I was always pulling my hair out, having to get out of this house and all the way to the post office by 5 o'clock when last collection went. Oh, it was so stressful. I'd be working all the way through the night as well. It'd just be rubbish. But why have branded merch at all? So for putting your own logo on things, creating your own things, why would you do it? So as we've sort of already touched on this, really, it's brand recognition, awareness, visibility. It gives you that little extra edge. It means subliminally in the background, I'm drinking out of my mug, and they'll start to recognize things. Hang on, because I'm in the circle, I can't see where I am. My motif, you'll suddenly start to notice at places. I have my little tiny wildy bird. Oh, I cannot get the left and right of this. Little tiny wildy bird on there. I put that everywhere.
You got it.
I got it. I get that everywhere. And people will start to see that and start to recognize that. That's Joe's wildy bird. Joe's been here. So also the sense of security. So imagine, if you will, that you're in a shop in the middle of town in real life, now that we're all getting there again, and you've picked something up and it's got a dirty mark on it, but it's the only one, it's the last one on the rail. So you want somebody to ask. You see a person wearing that shop t-shirt, or even if it's just a badge they've got, but it's got that branding on, you know that they're the person to go and ask. That gives you that security, that sense of security. And for shops or anybody that is making a uniform through print on demand, you can make that private, so other people can't buy it and masquerade and pretend they work there. So don't worry about that. Visibility, obviously, I've covered. It just makes you more legitimate, more credible. Creates a really professional first impression. It levels up your business, so you look not so amateur. You look like you started to move up a bit. So, for example, these that I was showing Katie earlier, everybody that does my courses gets one of these workbooks. I mean, how cool does that look? How professional. Really, it's just a book. That's all it is. But it's that little bit extra, and I was able to do my little bit inside and everything, because I want people to feel special. I want my clients to feel special. And that is my last point there, that you can do giveaways, prizes, goodie bags, all of these things. Fantastic. It also levels up
Woo.
your business, takes you to the
Another.
next level. I love that. I love that. So here's some examples. And podcasters, I'm so sorry that you can't see, but I'm showing the gang, showing everybody. There's a water bottle, a shower curtain, an apron, a florist with an apron. I've just realised the apron's actually got a blusher brush on it. A lady with a blusher brush. Beauty, florist, similar. And a pair of socks. Now, all of these quite random things are available through print on demand. And as you can see, or can't if you're a podcaster, as you can see, there's the water bottle's got my motif on. Oh, we're getting consistency here. The socks have got my motif on. It's all tying together rather nicely, isn't it? So in my courses, so obviously if you signed up to all 50 pod providers, too many pods around here, print on demand providers, 50 or 100 or 60 as I think we're getting to now, you would have thousands and thousands of products. I train you on around 300, just over 300, because otherwise it can just get a little bit silly. And obviously of those, you know, the t-shirts, there's lots and lots of different styles of t-shirts. There's organic, there's full cotton, there's tri-blend, there's all of these things. So that's how it goes. And then, as Katie says, you can take it forward to create an almost completely passive income stream. And I get really annoyed when people say, it's passive, it's completely passive. It's not completely passive. You have to upload the design. You have to open your account with the pod platform and you have to upload your design.
You do actually have to do some work.
You do have to do that. You tweak it and you get it in the right position. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. But once you've done that, then you can sit back. Then you've done it. Then you've earned your time off and you can do it. And it doesn't take long to do that. And once it's done, it's there in perpetuity until if you decide that you don't want it on anymore, you take it off. For example, St. Patrick's Day is coming up in March. If I was putting St. Patrick's Day designs on and then after St. Patrick's Day is over, I would not want to have those on there visible. I would take them off until this time next year and put them back on again, because nobody's going to want them over the summer or Christmas. And same with if I did Happy New Year 2023, that's never going to be used again. And a great example of this, actually, it's Tuesday today. It's Tuesday, the 22nd of February, 2022, and it's a Tuesday. So I've done designs with Tuesday written all over them, but after today, no one's going to want them, are they? So you can just take them off. So you can add more and more. And this brings up an interesting question, actually. Somebody asked me the other day, what happens if I haven't got my branding sorted out? Then there's no reason to hold back. You can get started because you can always keep continuing adding more designs. In fact, the more designs you have out there, if you're using it as an income stream, the more designs you have out there and the more slogan-based designs and things like that, I'm with stupid, all those sort of things, the more of that kind of thing you've got listed and on there. It's like with Etsy, the more sales you're going to make, aren't you?
Yeah, so wonderful stuff. So let us know what your aha moments are. So hashtag aha, AHA. And for the podcast listeners, replay listeners, just let us know what's been really helpful for you. So yeah, this is such an interesting field because I talk a lot about using programs like this, like Ecamm Live, where you can put these words on and you can do your colors around the side. You can do your own branding within the overlays. We call these overlays. But actually branding you and branding your physical items as well is mega. I really think that's mega. And if you go to conferences or do other things, you know, where your live video branding isn't there, you've still got your branding on you. It goes to the shops with you. And I wonder if anyone actually talks to anyone in Tesco's or wherever with if they're wearing their top and they ask them a question. I did actually once get a top done. I don't know what I did with it, but it said on the back something like, ask me if you would like to know about whatever. Nobody ever asked me.
But you always thought, they're reading my back.
Yeah.
I did one when the pandemic first started, and you know how people were wearing face masks. So I did a t-shirt, a series of t-shirts where I would put people's photo on the t-shirt and then a couple of arrows. It's like, it's me in here.
It's me underneath. Oh,
So you can do all sorts. Have lots and lots of fun with it.
Yeah.
And you can put witty comments as well. I had some friends, and they a bunch of girls just teased each other relentlessly. And there was one saying that they kept coming out with. So I put it on 90 products. Why not?
Yeah.
They were playing Christmas with it on for each other and for their wine evenings. It's great.
Yeah, that's your tagline, isn't it? Do you know who Pat Flynn is?
No.
Have a look at Pat Flynn on YouTube. He wears his branded tops with his taglines on. Like saying things like serve, don't sell, that type of thing. And it's lovely, you know, right.
Yeah, it's all the subliminal messaging, but also it's that cohesion as well, bringing everything together. Yeah, really, really good.
Yeah. Have you got any more to share with us?
I have. I want to actually show you some examples. Now, I appreciate for the people just listening, this may be a bit dry,
just explain.
I'll talk it through.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll paint a picture with 1,000 words because I can only use 1,000 words.
Do you want to be on screen or do you want to be on the screen share? Screen share. Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yeah. So the way I do this and the way I show you, because I am going to tell you in a little while how you can work with me. The way I show you how to do this, I show you how to create or resize, because you might obviously already have your branding, image, text-based ideas and things like that. I show you how to get them ready for uploading. I explain about trademark and copyright because we are dealing with intellectual property. I don't want to let anybody think that you can take something like a well-known brand, for example, Coca-Cola is the one everybody uses, but for example, that one, and just put it on things and just get away with it. You cannot do that. And I make sure you fully understand how it all works, and copyright too. I show you how to be able to check for trademarks. So if you come up with a slogan and you think, oh, I love that. And then, like, for example, do you remember Paris Hilton when she was "That's hot"? She trademarked that. So it's a dead trademark now, so you could use it now technically, but I believe. But if you'd have just put that across a t-shirt, she could have come after you, basically, and you could have ended up in court. So you don't want that. So I teach you how to avoid that, how to get away without that. Okay, not how to get away without it, but how to be aware of it and how to make sure you're playing by the rules, because it is really important. And you don't want to put like lots and lots of work into uploading and then the platform have to cancel it or close your account because you've been taking the mickey. So I make sure people know that. I also show you how to research keywords to make sure your products get found. So if you're going public and you want people to find your designs, they're listed on Google. So we've got to come up with the right keywords for search engines. And then the fun bit, how to upload it, optimize it, and then how to create lifestyle mock-ups. Now, the people who can see the screen, there's a really lovely lady here. I did not pay this model to sit on my floor and hold her mug of tea. She is a lifestyle model, a mock-up model, and I simply created the mock-up. And they do photos and videos. So I show you how to do all of that. And they're great because, for example, you get some with dogs or cats and things like that. So if your business is a doggy business, you could have somebody cutting a Labrador or whatever. So it works really well. So a sneak preview, this is how you do it. For the sake of time, I'll leave that slide up there for you to have a quick glance at. Basically, you set up your account. I'm going to show you how to do it with Redbubble in a moment. How to upload to Redbubble, which is just one of the platforms I train on. They upload design, edit and tweak it, and pick which products you want available. Choose whether to make it private for your own use or public for worldwide consumption. And make sure you've got the right to use the image, remember, trademarks, and hit save. And then it's live in 15 minutes. I know, right? So I'm now showing a video of it in action. And you can pick the background color. The bottom middle shows you how to pick a background color. Obviously, on my course, I go into this very, very slowly, step by step, and you get all of that to keep. And you also get PDF notes, because for me, I have to see things written rather than showing. I am that sort of person. So you load it up, top left. You, on the right, you put in your keywords and things like that, and your title, a little description. You pick a background color and you start loading. The loading happens, it automatically goes on nearly 100 products. And all you have to do is tweak it and change it. So if you look at this picture on the bottom right, the phone case and the t-shirt above it, I don't like the position. I want to make it smaller. I want to make it fit it. So I just go through and tweak them. And the next slide is a picture of that in action, if you like. And I can also create a pattern. And I can create a straight pattern like this one, a regular one. Or I can do like brickwork, where it's like on wallpaper, where you get a repeating pattern and one is halfway down the other one. So if you imagine the way bricks are made as well. Okay, so as you can see, or you might not be able to, sorry, podcast people, there's all sorts of things. What I've done with the mug is I've loaded it with a white background. I've changed it with, there's a little circle where you can change the color. And if I've got my branding in particular colors, like the background of the page I'm showing you is ivory, that ivory is one of my colors, okay? And I have a hex code written out so that I can put it everywhere, because I can't remember it. I'm in the 50s, remember? So I can make the background that color if I want to. It's just a quick, pressing a quick button.
Very cool.
Isn't it? And then at the end, there's a few. So I've been changing it on all of these products: button badges, tote bags, aprons. Oh, be here forever if I start listing them. So I say what sort of media it is, whether it's a photo, whether it's digital image or painting or whatever. So I just tick that box. It just helps. I can have collections if I want. So I can have a collection for, and excuse me if I talk fast, but I'm so passionate about it. I love doing this. So I do get a little carried away. So I can have a collection for my branded stuff. I can have a collection for clothing. I can, well, for humorous stuff. I have sarcastic wit. So I've got sarcastic, witty stuff, things like that. And then I choose which one I want to be at the forefront of the shop, which product I like best. And I particularly like the way it looks on a tote bag, so I picked a tote bag. Who can view it? That is where I choose whether I make it public or private. So this whole, everything that has this design on, I can make public or private. But if I wanted to make some products public, I could copy this, do a duplicate of it, and only make available with these green buttons the products that I want to be public. So I can really play with it. Also, is this mature content? Some platforms, most of the platforms will print pretty much everything. So if it's a rude joke and it's got expletives in it that you don't want minors to see, you have to tick this. I would generally stay away from doing that. And the reason for that is they will put a very basic image up. They won't put your image up. They'll put the title of it, but that's all. So for you to be able to sell it, you want people to get their eyes on it. So you're discounting yourself You're taking yourself away from people being able to find it and see it. So you don't want to do that. And finally, there's this little box at the bottom, which is extremely important. This is the one about intellectual property. This is the one that says you've got the right to use the images. And I cannot stress that enough. So here we can delete work. And remember where I went back to the idea of, and you can do it straight from the menu too, by the way. I explained how if we were doing something for St. Patrick's Day, Paddy's Day 2022, I'm never going to need that again. So I can just delete it. And then you literally save the work, press save work. You get like this box on the bottom left, and 15 minutes later, it goes live. And on the screen now, I've got some of the products that you can have. It's coming up quite fuzzy on mine, but hopefully it's clear on yours. All sorts of things. Just mad, isn't it?
Fantastic.
And you don't have to have every product available. But if you're selling to the wider world, just because I don't want a mini skirt with whatever image on doesn't mean somebody in, I'm trying to think of somewhere that isn't in America. I don't know what I keep saying America. Someone in Dusseldorf might want that mini skirt. So just because I don't like it, in fact, my best-selling product across all POD platforms, I hate. Because when I first loaded it, I didn't center it properly. Didn't think about centering it properly, and it's off center, and it really gets on my nerves. I mean, I know some things are deliberately off center. This wasn't. This was just me messing it up. But it sells really well. So I can't get rid of it now. It's my top seller. Anyway, so this is the platform I used for the stickers behind. Oh, and they have their own basic mock-ups. Like these. But I would go ahead and do my own mock-ups so that I can be more specific and so that I've got them to share on social media. You can share these. Look, there's that little arrow. You can download all of these and share them, but it's nice to have something a bit different, something a bit unique, especially for things like Facebook ads.
You are amazing.
Isn't it exciting?
It is. And I put in my description that people can see above this video that it's really addictive. And, you know, you don't have to actually have amazing design skills to do these things. You just have to have some ideas and be prepared to play a bit and grab some ideas from other things that you see that you like. And
absolutely,
yeah, it's amazing.
Absolutely.
What you can do.
My internet I've gone a bit fuzzy, so I think my internet might be going funny. I live in a very old building and we've got walls that are this thick. So internet business was, of course, the idea I decided to come up with. Why not? Makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
I think we can all see you fine, I'm hoping.
Well, it might just be me.
So let me bring you up so that you can tell people about what your link is and all that information about your new exciting course. So hang on. So I think it's here. Here's one of your links.
Yeah, and if
you can tell the other links.
Again,
okay.
If you share my screen again, I've got a little breakdown. That's it of what there is. So the way I teach this, I have 3 different plans. So 3 tiers. Pod Start is literally that. It's to get started with Pod, get started with print on demand. There is nothing wrong with only doing one platform. With one platform, and it happens to be Redbubble, the one that I've shown you all this information on today. So with this one platform, you can still get everything you want out there. You can still get clothing, homewares, accessories, all sorts of things. There are limits. There are some things they don't do. They don't do the wallpaper, but you could probably live without that. One thing Louise has got, she bought one of the stickers in extra large, and she has that behind her on her wall for when she's doing something. So she's got a plain wall. She's actually got a vision board as well, but she's got a plain wall with her sticker. So that shows her brand.
Idea.
Yeah. So rather than doing the whole wall, for example. So with Pod Start, it's 4 videos and 2 live surgeries. And with everything I do, you get these recordings, you get these videos to remember Rob forever. So once you bought it, you got it forever. So you can keep referring back to it. Because I don't know about you, but if I do something and I'm all excited about it, and then something happens with the kids, or some other drama happens, kids or drama, same thing, for me anyway, you go back to it and you're like, oh God, where do I start? But then you can go through it all again, or cherry pick the bits you need. You also get the PDF, as I said earlier, you get your full PDF notes. So that's Pod Start. I am putting, you see these links, brandedandcovered.com, Pod Start. I'll also put these in the comments if that's okay with you, Katie, or give them to you to put in the comments if you prefer, so that you can go to them. So that's Pod Start. That's the sort of lower tier, but still really useful. And when I was doing one-to-ones, I was only giving them this one. I was only training them on this one. But I've expanded my flagship course now to Create Your Own Merch. It's now a 12-week Zoom course. Oh, and with Podstart, you get 2 live surgeries as well. I forgot to say that. 2-hour live surgeries on Zoom where we can troubleshoot if there's anything that's come up, anything you're a little worried about, so I can help you. So with Create Your Own Merch, it's a 12-week live Zoom course, and I take you onto different platforms with this. So we start off with Redbubble. We start off with the same one because it's a really good one to learn with. But then we move on to another platform, which means you have over 300 products then. Because by then you've sort of got the hang of it. We're in sort of week 3, week 4 by then, and you've got the hang of it, so I can take you a little bit deeper into it. Then we move on to the third, and the third, I've put platform, it's not really a platform, it's an integration where we integrate it with your website. I show you how to have an extra website. You don't have to pay a monthly fee for it. So an extra website, and then if you make a sale, they take a very, very low percentage of your royalties. So unless you sell something, you don't pay anything. You still get the rest of your royalties, obviously. So it's like a no-risk way of having your own web store, e-commerce store. And I also show you how to integrate it with Etsy, of course. So that's the CYOM, Create Your Own Merch. And that starts March the 8th, which isn't long, at 8 o'clock. It's going to be 8 o'clock every Tuesday for 12 weeks. Finally, there's Vipod. And I've only got one place left on this, and I've got a feeling I'm waiting to hear whether someone else takes it. So this would be a waiting list situation now. Vipod is a full VIP done for you service where I consult with you, find out which are the best POD platforms for what it is you do, what works best, would homewares, would furniture, would jewelry, which would work best. Pick the pod platforms that work best for you, and then you give me 30 designs, which I load for you across the products. Now, bear in mind that each design, you can have over 300 products on. That gives you 9,000 products. I know, right? I'm a sucker for punishment. Whoa. Good job, I like doing this. And then I do all your mock-ups and everything too. So that's Vipod VIP. But as I say, that will be a wait list very probably. And what will happen is when I've serviced the VIP clients I've already got, the people who've already joined, already signed up, then I can come to you. But what I don't want to do is take more VIPs on and not be able to service them. That's not fair. No, that's not, Dr. Snod again. That's not something I'm willing to do. It's really important that I'm not over-promising and under-delivering. I don't want to do that because each VIP takes about 40 hours. So it's a lot of one-to-one, very specific care from me.
Yeah. Wow, I hope your mind is a bit blown. I should have I have got a mind blown thing. Hang on. Hang on.
Did my own.
I have got a mind blown thing there. Look, mind.
Oh wow, mind. I love it. It's so cool.
Oh dear, that is so amazingly wonderful. Joe. Really, really is. Very, very exciting.
Good. I just love it.
Yeah, and remind us, your cart closes, doesn't it? Very
So
soon.
Katie very, very kindly squeezed me in for this, but the cart does close tonight at 8 o'clock. It's been open all week, and I've had the most amazing, exhausting, but amazing week going on to people's groups and telling them all about it and stuff. But now, and I think I finally got the hang of it, and the hang of presenting in people's groups. But yeah, that's it. 8 o'clock tonight. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There were bonuses, special bonuses for people who signed up early. Obviously, we're a bit late for that. But there is bonuses that everybody who joins gets, which I will tell you very briefly. You get, depending on which tier you went for, you get your own workbook as previously described, and it's a lovely big one. You get your mug. Where's my mug? You get your mug. Now, at the moment, if you've got, have I frozen?
Yeah, you're right now.
I'm back in the room. So when I did the challenge, I showed everybody how to do their own mugs. And if you want to buy just your mug, you can do that. You can go on to the bottom of all of those sales pages that I just showed you, all of those links, and there's a little button to press to buy your mug, and you can buy your own branded mug with your own stuff on. I wouldn't not do that. That's like teasing you and not letting you. But if you join, I send you your branded mug and I don't charge you for it. So you get that as a freebie. If you didn't do the challenge or don't have time to catch up with the challenge, because that's 3 videos you'd need to watch this afternoon to be able to do that, I'll send you a branded and covered one. Either, I'm not sure yet whether it's going to be the motif or the one with B and C, my logo on, probably my logo, so you can advertise for me. Why not? Why wouldn't I do that? You also get, as well as those, a one-to-one with a lovely lady, Teresa Laurie Ashton. Now, she's very much a mentor to me. She's been incredibly helpful. She is a marketing machine. She knows how to help people with their marketing and really help people get their message across. So everybody who does Podstart, CYOM or Vipod, even though a one-to-one with her is worth £197, she is willing to do it for every single person. And I'm so grateful to her.
Wonderful.
So grateful.
Wonderful.
It's really
and
brilliant.
Did you say that you've got a special Facebook group, haven't you, for all of the... Did you mention that?
So I have my basic group, which is where the challenge was held, which is branded and covered FB group with Joe Wildsmith. It's the Cuprinol of Facebook groups. It does exactly what it said on it. But then something else, there's 2 other things. Actually, you're right, Katie, I haven't mentioned them. There's 2 other little bonuses that you get. One is the Alumni Group. So everybody who joins one of my courses on Wednesday will be invited into the Alumni Group. That group, I will put further trainings, any updates. So, for example, Redbubble, recently they added in baseball caps, desk mats and mouse mats. They weren't doing those before. So how can you suddenly, I've got 500 designs on there or 10 designs or whatever. Have I got to go into each one and update them and change them and add those? No, I show you how to do that. I can show you a quick way how to do that through the back door.
That is mega.
You get these little updates to make sure you're completely up to date, because print on demand is huge in America. Right. It's in its infancy here, but it's very big in America, and they're always trying to improve, always trying to bring new things in. So I want to be able to keep my students, my alumni up to date. I also throw in the odd competition and the odd training. So like this, I'm going to make sure this video training is in there waiting for people, how to cartoonize photos. I'm going to put that in there.
Oh, wow, yeah. Fantastic ideas. So
I make
exciting.
A dreadful cartoon. But it's great for cute things, great for cute pets and little children and things like that.
Yeah. Oh, the ideas are so exciting and interesting and time wasting. But
absolutely.
But I was saying to Joe before that there are lovely time wasting mindful things that you can do, like colouring and stuff. But why not do your colouring and design something and then get some money for it?
Absolutely. So just put it out there.
you can still make it a mindful activity, I think, to some extent anyway. Some of it.
Yeah, it's quite cathartic actually when you're doing the tweaking and making a decision about whether you want to put a pattern on there or position something. If, as we said, like on a t-shirt, whether you want it to be small left breast or you want it to be big and all over it, or all of that.
Yeah.
Or on the back, on the front.
Yeah. Oh,
Could be
exciting. Exciting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you so much, Jo. That really is mind-blowing and very exciting, and
isn't it?
Yeah. So so it's a whole new world really of e-commerce, and it's as you say, it's just quite new over here, so we're trying to get our minds around the whole concept of it really, and just learning about it makes you just think, wow, can you really do that without holding a whole load of expensive,
without spending any money?
Yeah, wonderful.
Apart from on my course, of course. But you don't, and you can upload as much or as little as you want. If you only want your logo on there and nothing else, you can do that. If you want 500, 1,000 designs, whatever, you can do that.
Woohoo! Go for it, everyone, and let us know in the comments if you've got some aha moments and are excited to learn more about this. And wish Jo all the very best for the start of her courses with all her students. Very, very exciting. And I've been hearing already about how they're excited to get their merchandise that they've made. Such an exciting thing to do. So lovely.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry to give you such short notice, but as I say, it has been open all week, but it's just been a whirlwind. Look,
you are a busy lady, and thank you for sharing, spending the time with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, if anyone wants to have a chat with me about whether they think it'll work for their business and that kind of thing, I'll give you the link for a discovery call too.
Wonderful, wonderful, Jo. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for replay people for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Next week I have another guest. I don't know whether Jo knows this, but the lovely Louisa Herridge is going to join me.
Louisa.
And hoping that the wonderful Abby Cornell is going to join me the week after with all her wonderful trainings and things as well. So hopefully we'll see you there, guys. So we'll leave you with this little bit of music. Yeah, really cool, Jo. So thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed it. I just turned the music down a little bit. It's quite loud, but I like a bit of a boogie, to be honest.
That's you up for the day.
Yeah, so thanks for watching the Thrive for Life.
My chair really squeaks.
So does mine. Squeaky!
Yeah,
all right,
guys.
Thank you. See you next week, hopefully. God bless. Bye.